Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, Red Pill edition, right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones. And tonight, I'm going to talk to the African American men regarding the philosophies of MGTOW and Red Pill, and the problems that I see when African Americans get into a philosophy. So tonight's video is African American men really don't understand the concepts of MGTOW and Red Pill. First of all, MGTOW stands for men going their own way, and Red Pill is a philosophy about accepting truth. And the truth is not just about female nature, it's also about what's going on around you. See, when it comes to African Americans right here on YouTube, they tend to take different phrases as something trending, and they all try to ascribe to these philosophies by utilizing these different phrases. But at the end of the day, they have no clue of what MGTOW and Red Pillism are, because I have seen it myself. You have a number of angry, bitter African American men who actually are hiding under MGTOW and Red Pill by saying they are MGTOW and Red Pill, but at the end of the day, some of them are incels, some of them are angry, because as a man, it is in our nature to desire women, and we do desire women. It's just that some men cannot get women, and they can't get women because they're going about it the wrong way when it comes to women. Certainly, there are many women who have been indoctrinated by the feminist mindset. And traveling wherever you go, you're still going to have hypergamy, because women in nature are looking for security. And it doesn't matter about your looks. Yes, your looks can get you in the door. It's your character, your integrity. Now, some people might disagree with it, and it just depends on what women are looking for, because in actuality, every man is select and every man is not selected. And again, it's based on what a woman's needs are. So when we talk about Red Pill and Blue Pill, those are men who still live in the delusional state that women are going to change or that the world is going to change. Red Pill is, okay, we understand women's nature. We can't change it. But we also understand what's going on around the world as far as politics, education, religion, media, and government are concerned. Notice what I said. It is above a number of women. See, when I talk about Red Pill, I talk about topics that go along with society. Yes, women are part of society, but I don't hate women, and men shouldn't hate women. Because when we do that, what happens? We end up sounding like misogynists. Again, it is not being a simp to love a woman, especially if she is your woman. But the object of this video is to tell African American men that many of you are using the concepts of MGTOW and Red Pill in a wrong context. See, MGTOW stands for men going their own way. And what that philosophy ascribes to is, okay, you have men who have been married. They understand that the laws of marriage haven't changed, they're archaic, but woman's nature, because of feminism. In feminism, men played a part in feminism because the men who are at the top use women to capitalize on because it makes them rich. Women are taxpayers. So women don't really have power. And whatever women got, we as men gave it to them. And we have to assume a certain responsibility for that. But when it comes to dating, there are a number of good women out here, and you don't have to go overseas to get women. What you have to do is talk to women. You don't need game. You don't need dating coaches. What you need is to have confidence in yourself. And a number of African American men don't have confidence in themselves. And one of the reasons why they don't have confidence in themselves is because they're constantly on YouTube and other social media being bitter. Yes, it's good to get the truth out there. However, you have to do other hobbies besides hanging out on hangouts all day, going after one another all day, because a number of African American men do not know how to be agreeable or disagreeable. But disagreeable is really the faux pas of what I'm talking about, because if somebody disagrees with me, I'm going to say, okay, you just disagree with me. It doesn't mean you're right and I'm wrong, and vice versa. It just means that you disagree. And many African American men do not know how to handle adversary or being in adverse conditions without personally attacking one another. You see, it's not just the women who are the problem. It is us as the problem. And what we have to do as men, we have to get ourselves together. So hiding under Red Pill and MGTOW aren't the way to go. Some men really need therapy because they're angry. They're bitter. Certainly, we all have gotten hurt. But what you have to do is pick up the pieces and go down the road. Yes, the laws favor women. But we can do something to change that. But we are not willing to change that. See, many of us can have a platform on YouTube and give our opinions. But what do we do when we're not on YouTube? What do we do when we're not on Facebook and Twitter? Now, some of us, like myself, have jobs. Now, I do get involved in a political process, not only by voting, but I've gone to town halls and asked many questions. I do a blog talk radio show. We have a platform, and African American men have a number of good ideas. But the reason why your ideas aren't getting out is because we keep our same audience that agrees with us. Sometimes you got to go to the other side and talk to people that don't agree with you. I'm talking about other men, because you can learn something from people you don't agree with, but we don't know how to do that. We think that we are above the next person that we disagree with. And just because somebody is putting out red pill content, if you don't believe in the red pill, that's fine. If you don't believe in MGTOW, that's fine. But what you got to do, you got to be mature and don't worry about the guys who are doing red pill content or the guys who are doing content on dating. Why? Because it's all irrelevant. As an individual man, you have to learn about yourself. Now, everybody is trying to teach the young and older guys about being men because there are a number of older and younger men who didn't have fathers in their lives. Or if they did, the fathers were very docile because the fathers married dominating women. But at the end of the day, when it comes to being a man, you should be around men who are successful, whether it is in a trade, whether it is speaking. And when I say successful as well, somebody that is actually practicing with action. Because you have a number of men out here who talk. Again, when I hear them use Red Pill and MGTOW, and I'm talking about the African American sector, a number of them really use those words because they sound good, they're trending. But you have to practice the philosophy. And again, the philosophy of Red Pill is not just about female nature and understanding female nature. It's about what's going on around you in society. And when it comes to MGTOW, there are different types of MGTOWs. There are the monks. The MGTOW monk is one who does not believe in having sex with women. He's a monk. He gave up on women. That's his choice, and we should not knock him for it. He has his reasons. If a person is red pill, we shouldn't knock him for being red pill. He has its reasons. It doesn't make you better than somebody else because you think you are above someone because you have given up on a red pill. Now also, when it comes to supporting one another's channels, I respect all the brothers out here because it takes time to put out talent. But you do not put another brother down because you don't believe in what he believes. That makes you look like a coward. Because my opinion to anybody out here, what makes your opinion the more logical opinion? Because we all have different philosophies, particularly when we are putting out content. And a logical person, what they do when you convey your message, you get the information that you believe and you disregard the information that you don't believe. I don't care how big your channel is. I know the information out here because I read it. And I don't utilize statistics all the time, but I have seen them. And I'm out in the field. I'm 55 years old. I know what's going on out here. I know about dating. I've been there myself. I know about marriage. I know about children. Now, I know all women aren't bad. I know there's some bad women out here. I know all men aren't bad. But too often, we get a number of people out here in the African American community who do not understand the meaning of Red Pill and MGTOW, and we've beaten the heck out of the words, but we have no understanding of what they mean. Now, I did a video a long time ago about what the philosophy of Red Pill is, and I do blog talk radio shows to let you know. Now, as far as respecting somebody, when it comes to supporting their channel, you should respect somebody regardless, because at the end of the day, they might be able to teach you something, because there's no black man here on YouTube that can't learn anything. We all have an opportunity to see something that we've never seen before. And the problem with black men out here is too many of them are driven by ego, and they think what they say is above everybody else. Now, some people may have given up on the red pill and MGTOW, some people haven't. But at the end of the day, as African American men, we cannot use the words out of context, because red pill and MGTOW are not movements. They're just philosophies. And each individual person will use the philosophy for his own personal gain. And at the end of the day, it's about you making sure that you take care of you. And yes, if you go MGTOW and red pill, the road can be awfully lonely, because you have a number of individuals that were once your friends who may turn on you because they think you're crazy when you really aren't crazy. They're the ones who are crazy because they're still stuck on the plantation of delusion, lies, and deceit, while you are learning the truth. And you can get the truth from a number of sources. Because one thing I know about every brother here on the YouTube circuit, we all have had experiences. And the purpose of social media is to share your experiences. But when it comes to black men, we don't know how to share our experiences without bickering with one another. Look, this is not a contest. All we are is sharing our experiences utilizing the philosophies. It was Barbarossa who started the MGTOW movement in the early 2010s. It was the Matrix that identified between the red pill and the blue pill. If you want to know the truth, you go red pill. Red pill is just a philosophy. It's nothing else. Yes, have some men beat it to death by hiding behind it? Certainly they have. Because they're trying to straddle themselves on the fence because they really want women to change. But if you want women to change, what about you changing as a man? Because if you're not getting the woman you want, it could be something in your nature. I know all women aren't bad. And as a person who believes in red pill philosophy, MGTOW philosophy, MGTOW and red pill does not mean you don't have women in your life. It just means that you understand the truth of what's going on. It's the same as a dating coach. Okay, a dating coach is here to coach individuals to be successful with women. Now, I don't believe in dating coaches, just like some of them might not believe in red pill or MGTOW. But dating coaches, red pill, and MGTOW do serve a purpose. And at the end of the day, it's not for me to judge somebody who's a dating coach. It's not for me to judge what somebody says on their platform. No, I learn from it. We should all incorporate one another's message into our platforms, because, be honest with you, all black men should become some part of red pill. We need to stop living a lie and learn the truth. None of these females out here are evil, but you have a number of wicked men out here as well. My job here on the 401 Talk Zone radio show is to convey the right message. Certainly, I came up just like so many older guys and even so many young guys. Again, I came up just like so many younger guys. There was a lot of information floating around. Now, there was no YouTube, but the information that I was given, some of it was good and some of it was bad. Basically, the information that I had to utilize was all based on trial and error. Now, you have YouTube platforms You got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got cable news 24 hours of the day. So when it comes to MGTOW and Red Pill as African American men, you utilize the philosophy as an individual so you can get yourself together. It's not about hating women. It's about not putting women on a pedestal. And as black men, we believe that being an alpha male is to conquer as many women as we can get. But at the end of the day, it doesn't say anything about what we can do politically, economically, building businesses. I don't hear anything about that. It's about conquering women. We should not be conquering women. We should be building ourselves up by being productive. If a number of you all are on YouTube making money, continue to make money. If it makes you happy, I'm happy for you. Some of us, like myself, have a business on the side. I go to work, so I am not doing videos like I used to. That's why my subscriber count isn't high. Now, if a person doesn't want to subscribe to my channel or support me and they don't respect me because of what I say, that's all on them. And that's fine. But to me, you should hear all content because everybody is not right. Everybody is not wrong. We all have experienced different experiences. But too many black men are not being honest with themselves and they're not being honest with each other. We got to stop envying one another. We got to stop tearing each other down just because we disagree with one another. We are not monolithic people. We think differently. But just because you think one way, somebody else thinks another way, it doesn't make any difference. At the end of the day, you as the individual, you have to understand where you want to go in life. You have to keep growing. Now, there are a number of us who are doing videos on self-improvement. I've done many of them on self-improvement, many of them on psychology, because I do read the DSM-5. That's the manual for psychological disorders. But I enjoy doing that. And when you're here on YouTube, if you're going to put out information, know what the philosophy means before you put it out. Now, there's a site out there if you want to know about the Red Pill. It's called the Illimitable Men, the Red Pill Constitution. That will tell you everything you need to know about the Red Pill. But too many brothers are intellectually lazy. They don't read it. If you want to know about MGTOW, they got a site. And if you utilize the real definitions and not your feelings and not think you know about Red Pill because it sounds good or MGTOW because it sounds good, you'll sound a lot more articulate in your message. Because again, Red Pill and MGTOW are not about hating women. Many men who take up the philosophy, just like SYSBM. I don't even call that a movement. I call it a philosophy. Because if you're going to have a true movement about something, you need to have an issue. It needs to be organized and well financed. You have to have something on the table. And then you have to, again, organization means who are the participants. And a lot of these philosophies that have come about over the past 10 years started right here on YouTube. I remember when Barbarossa, Thug Titian, they were talking about MGTOW back in 2010. This is when Sergeant Willie Pete was on a website after he had just gotten kicked off of YouTube. They had a site called Gen X. They were kicking it around about MGTOW then. People like Tommy Sotomayor. He helped clear the way or pave the way for men of today to speak. Yes, YouTube is tough, and there have been many people who have come and gone off of YouTube, but at the end of the day, we still have platforms to speak. Like I said, I do Blog Talk Radio. So if my channel ever gets deleted, there's DTube, there's Twitch. There are other factors out there that I can utilize, like Spreaker, to put the word out there. But we as men, we have to look at ourselves when it comes to feminism as well. Many of us believe in feminism. Many of us worship women as black men. But we don't look at that. We're so busy putting each other down because somebody says something you don't like. That's a female trait when you're going back and forth at one another. That's right. That's a female trait when you're going back and forth at one another. That's not cool, not classy. As African American men, we need to embrace one another. Again, we need to embrace one another because we already have a hard time when we have to get out here every day and fight. We shouldn't have to fight each other over the use of Red Pill and MGTOW and SYSBM. Because again, those are philosophies for individuals. Now, if you are one who is bitter, you don't need to be using MGTOW or Red Pill or even SYSBM as an umbrella. Because in the end, you will be exposed. Again, these philosophies are there to help men as individuals. We are not supposed to throw the philosophies in other people's faces. Now, once they go through some experiences, they might want to be Red Pill. They might want to be MGTOW. They might not. But what we have to do as men, African American men, we have to maintain our integrity. Because what I see here on YouTube is absolutely deplorable. Many of us sound like a bunch of troglodytes, savages, individuals who don't care about anybody but themselves, because ego and emotion ruin you. Black men, what we got to do is learn to grow up. This is serious out here. And if you're going to have a woman in your life, it's not about the game. You just got to be honest with yourself, and you got to be honest with her. If you just want to have sex with her, that's what it is. But if you want to build with her, you find somebody that wants a serious relationship. Certainly, a number of women out here have the advantage with all these dating apps. If you don't want to deal with those women, don't deal with them. But what I'm telling you is that Red Pill and MGTOW are philosophies. And the ones who are using it to hate women, these are just bitter men. This is why they sit up on YouTube. They're trying to air their frustrations out to make them feel good. But that, at the end of the day, guess what? They sound like bitter old feminists, hiding under MGTOW and Red Pill. You look at a number of these bitter women, they're hiding under feminism because many of them don't even know what feminism is. Just like a number of guys, they really don't know what Red Pill and MGTOW are. But what I can tell you, when it comes to the Red Pill and MGTOW philosophy, I know firsthand that it's about men thinking about themselves. Because too often, many black men have pedestalized or put black women on a pedestal. And we spend all of our resources on them, and they haven't appreciated us. So what I'm doing in this video is to tell African American men, let's not criticize people who think differently than you do. If you got black men who are MGTOW and Red Pill, okay, associate with Red Pill and MGTOW guys. The ones who don't believe in a philosophy, go over there with your guys. But if you come together, please have a cogent conversation. Because at the end of the day, the best thing for a black man is to learn from another black man. Because we are all in the struggle together, but we're not victims. We've got to stop playing victims. And at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with being a man, no matter if you're non-MGTOW, Red Pill, or if you are MGTOW and Red Pill. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube, right here on Martin Luther King's holiday, not his birthday, holiday. And if you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. Also, like the videos, comment, share, and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone radio show channel on Blog Talk Radio as well. I have that show every weekend. Guest calling number is 215-383-5785. And if you want some science, technology, engineering, and math, definitely subscribe to my second channel, The Mind of STEM. Because on that channel, I'm giving you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And at the end of the day, it's all about being a man. You don't have to like each other, but try to get along with one another. Because once you do, makes your life easier. That way we don't have to walk around bitter. Because as I said before, it's nothing wrong with being a man. And remember, be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Everyone, please have a wonderful and blessed evening, and I'm out.